You're listening to a Frequency Podcast Network production.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Welcome to Tuesday. My name is Brock.
I'm Dalby.
All right, I want to hit the Jeopardy music here.
Okay.
I want you to take a guess. On Sunday after the Super Bowl, how many people in Philadelphia do you think were arrested by City of Philadelphia police?
Oh, I mean, I saw some footage, like, streets were filled with people. Like, tons of people
They
were
were
out in the
starting
streets.
fires. They were breaking into places, yeah.
I'll say 150.
Lower.
Lower? 100?
Lower.
50.
Lower.
Lower than 50 people out of that scene in Philadelphia were arrested.
No bullshit. According to the Philadelphia police, they claim that they only arrested 9 people after the Super Bowl on Sunday.
That's wild. There's no fucking way only 9 people were breaking the
They say
law.
9 people were arrested and only 29 citations were handed out.
Jesus, they must have hit their quota already for tickets this month.
I'm thinking there were a lot of chill cops on Sunday night.
Looking the other way, yeah.
Yeah.
Even police officers were anti-Travis Kelce, anti-Pat Mahomes.
I watched like 2 videos on Twitter, and I like got faces of like 50 people that deserve to be arrested
You're
or
out
fined.
there internet sleuthing, and the cops are like, I don't know, let's see how this plays out.
It is crazy, like the stuff like there was like a linen truck that people broke into, and then that's how they started the fires or whatever. And I always watch those, and I'm like, how do you get into that mentality? But then I've also been at a concert before where I've like looked around and I'm like, all it takes is one person in this crowd to go nuts, like the Woodstock 99 type shit.
Right, well, especially if there's any drinking involved, any alcohol or something like that. Someone says something and in your inebriated state, you're like, that actually sounds like a good idea. And then it all spirals out of control. I've always wondered, you said like a linen truck, right? What if the guy who owned that linen truck, like that's his living, do you think he's still an Eagles fan the day after? Like, would that ruin the team for you if your shit got set on fire?
Honestly, a smart idea if you run a business to get like a really big insurance policy like right before the Super Bowl, just so you can cash out after.
A big insurance policy and a brand new downtown glass plate window.
I'd be a diehard Eagles fan for the rest of my life.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Don't forget, we do have a provincial election coming up here in Ontario.
I got the little thing in the mail yesterday telling me I have to register if I want my voter card. So
Yeah.
I've begun the process.
Bonnie Crombie of the Liberal Party did have her first press conference yesterday, and she called out Doug Ford in like the weirdest way.
Happy to challenge him anytime on his turf or in mine, and my turf's the gym. So if he wants to, if he wants to come at me, and we'll have a competition in the gym, and maybe we'll do push-ups. What do you think?
Wait, what? What?
What are we in high school? What are we doing here?
Although there is part of me that would think it's hilarious if like they had to do a fitness test for the election.
Yo, watching every political candidate have to do a 12-minute run before they can officially lead a party would be amazing.
Do like a whole NFL draft combine kind of thing.
So many politicians would be immediate. And I say this as someone who would be immediately disqualified. So many of them would be like, all right, you can't be a politician now.
Yeah.
If you had to have some sort of physical aptitude.
Well, if you think even in the States they have the kids do the presidential fitness test, I think the presidential candidates should have to do the presidential fitness test.
Either make the presidential candidates do it or change the name. It can't be the president's fitness test if the president is incapable of completing it.
I'm not saying it's the main part of the election, but
Sure.
I mean, if you want to be a cop or you want to be in the army, whatever it is, you have to do some sort of fitness test. You want to be a fireman, you got to prove that you're able to carry a certain amount of weight, all this kind of
Absolutely.
stuff. I think as an elected official, there should be some sort of component to that.
I'm not saying you've got to be like some jacked bodybuilder, but I think to run any province in this country, you should have to be able to do one chin-up. Just one.
Yeah, there should be like a body and a mental aspect of it. I mean, you know when the federal elections go down and we have the big debates and everything?
Yeah.
Have them hooked up to a lie detector.
Oh, okay.
And we get to see the charts as it goes throughout.
No, never mind even the charts. Have the lie detector hooked up to one of those shock collars
Yeah.
so that when they lie to us, we immediately see them go,
You want more people to vote? Put that on CBC.
give me a political combine where we see their physical attributes and then also electrocute them when they lie to us.
Yeah,
That's all I'm asking for.
that's showbiz.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
While there are none around here, I was looking, I saw, IKEA.
Yeah.
Famous, massive store with always the oddest little food courts that they have. They're doing a Valentine's Day dinner date program this year.
So just meatballs and hot dogs.
So meatballs are on the menu, but it's actually a full 3-course meal with a drink, non-alcoholic, mind you.
Is the dessert a cinnamon bun?
No. So you start with like some legit, like there's some soups, some salads. The main course, obviously one of the options, meatballs and demi-glaze sauce with like veggies and stuff like that. But they also have like raviolis, Mediterranean salmon, and then some like different cakes and stuff like that for dessert. And the idea is that you and your loved one will each pay $20 and I assume get dressed up to go have Valentine's Day dinner in the IKEA food court.
Oh, in the food court. I was going to say it would be hilarious if they just set you up in like the kitchen area.
Oh, dude, shut down like the store floor for a little bit and just everybody gets their own little diner table.
You pay an extra $20, they take you over to the bedding department.
They put up some curtains and stuff around the displays. That's a good day to find out whether or not those bathroom setups work.
Honestly, if you want to make it real romantic at IKEA, you just go in and you buy furniture and someone comes back to your house with you and sets it up for you.
Ooh, I mean, that's
hot.
If you can find a partner that you can comfortably assemble IKEA furniture with, you have met the one. You have met someone you should keep in your life for the rest of your life. If you can get through it without one of you going, fine, just give me the screwdriver, I'll finish it myself.
Yeah.
Then that's a match made in heaven.
IKEA is Swedish for divorce, actually.
You know what the best part about the dinner thing is? Is, again, just the hilarity of getting dressed up and going to sit in the IKEA food court to have dinner. Great. But they also have an option for an additional $7 you can bring a kid. They have a kids menu with the Swedish meatballs or just like a half order of any of the other food.
Yeah.
And your kid can sit there on Valentine's Day with you, just hanging out. And then you can go walk the store and see if you can find anything to bring home with you.
True romance.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
What are some other places traditionally non-romantic that would make a great place to go? Because Friday is Valentine's Day. Maybe you don't have any date ideas. I do love this one. If you or your significant other happen to have a Costco membership card, get all dolled up and go for a $1.50 hot dog and a pop date, sit under the old umbrella at the little white Costco dinner tables.
Get a bunch of free samples as well.
Dude, that's right. So you go in, go to the food court, get your hot dog and your pop. They have some ice cream there if you want to share a dessert. And you just go wander around the store finding samples. Maybe you could they've got couches set up sometimes.
They do sell booze there. Would you be allowed to have a drink?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, go down the aisle. The problem is they sell booze, but it comes in 64 packs. So you got to kind of walk around with all the other ones.
Got lots of time,
You got to be with somebody who means business if you're going to try that one.
A few people said a Home Depot or something. You could just go and eat at the Subway there.
And then you can go inside and they have a wood sommelier giving you tips on what you should buy for your home
They
rental
should
projects.
give away free caulking on Valentine's Day is what they should do.
Does feel like a pretty layup opportunity.
A morning wood sale or something like that.
It's only on until noon.
Yeah,
Get your morning wood at Rona. Free caulking on the side.
Yeah.
I also love this one from Ashley that says, what about an escape room? But instead of working together to get through it like you normally would, it's kind of like a damsel in distress sort of situation where one partner has to save the other partner. And I think that's a great idea if you're trying to break up.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think that's going to only end in one way.
I think there's a lot of people that have been dating long enough that they might just need that.
The relationship feels like an escape room as it is.
Yeah. Just need an hour apart.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Did you know that the losing team of the Super Bowl still has an after party?
Oh, I mean, it makes sense. Obviously, something of that magnitude, you would have the parties planned well in advance of the game.
Yeah.
It's not okay, the Chiefs lost, so cancel all the stuff.
I saw videos on TikTok yesterday. It looked awkward as hell. They had this guy Quavo up on stage rapping, and then they had Machine Gun Kelly there as well, and the whole crowd is just standing still.
Yeah.
And I couldn't help but think, why would you do that? Like, there's players that still went. I know it says online Travis Kelce didn't go, but some of the other players went, all their families there.
Yeah.
And it's awkward for them, but even more awkward if you are a friend or family, because it's like, imagine how much free drinks and food and all this crap that's there.
Oh, there are so many things in that room that you are like, I may never get to take advantage of a situation like this ever again in my life.
And it's like, am I a dick if I start having a good time here, right? Like,
your brother is an NFL player who just lost the Super Bowl, and you're like hugging him with one another. Like, oh man, you guys tried your best out there. Hey, there's always next year. You got like 3 drinks and a hoagie on the table next to you. You're just trying to like scoop them in while he's not looking.
Dude, have you ever eaten food with someone who's going through something and they're being really sad and you feel like you can't eat? That's what that would be like.
You look across this table and you ask me if I've ever not been able to eat, all right? Emotions aside, sometimes you just got to put it back.
You're like watching someone cry and you're like, but the food's getting cold.
Yeah. Well, that's just it. I can be sympathetic if we ordered salad. But if I got a steak, like, I'm sorry you're going through what you're going through.
Your emotions are going to go away, but this food is here right now.
It's getting cold, man.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Kid Rock got mad the other night that people wouldn't clap for him. He was a special guest at a birthday bash for Bon Jovi's keyboardist David Bryan.
Okay.
And he came out on stage with David Bryan and starts singing.
Stop. If you ain't gonna clap, we gonna sing.
So then he proceeds to, like, as the lady he's up on stage with, he proceeds to show people how to clap
Get
along
him going,
to the
yeah.
song. But no one was really, like, vibing to it.
You know what? You ain't gonna clap, I'm going.
Good. Go away then. Quit interrupting her. She sounds great. I want to hear more from her.
I just, like, died so hard. He's, like, trying to get people to clap along, and, like, 3 people were doing it, and you can see him while he's on stage just getting pissed off.
So angry.
It's also... the person who's playing the keyboard in the video is David Bryan.
It's the birthday boy is
He just
on
walked
stage,
off from the birthday boy.
and he just kept interrupting them. Can I ask you a question as well? At what point do we stop having to call him Kid Rock? He looks old as hell in this video, man.
Do we call him Mr. Rock at this point?
Sir Rock?
Yeah. Papa Rock?
Papa Rock.
Yeah. That's what it should be.
I just don't feel comfortable calling a 54, 55-year-old man kid anymore, you know?
Monsieur Rock.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
All right, we are playing for another $100 Lotto Max ticket. We have got 3 contestants on the line, and today they have to profess their love to pizza.
Pizza's just great. There's just nothing bad about pizza any time of day, any day of the week, any week of the month. So we want you, if you're one of our 3 contestants, to tell the pizza how special it is.
Hey, good morning. Who's this?
Steve Skaggs, what's going on?
Oh, Steve, back from yesterday.
Man, back every day.
Steve, do you understand the contest a little better today?
Oh, of course. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I didn't know. I had to go on the radio and tell everyone I was an alcoholic. You know, but
All right, here's your redemption song. You ready?
oh yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Take it away, Steve.
Oh, pizza! I love you so much, dude. Like, I named my firstborn son after you. I'd eat you hot or cold. I'd even eat you Hawaiian style. I love you way more than my wife. I'd eat you off the floor. No, I'm not.
All right.
Can I ask, is your kid's name Pete?
yeah. For, Pete, and then middle is Za.
All right, good job, Steve. Good redemption from yesterday. Let's see who's on line 2. Hey, good morning. Who's this?
Hi, it's Kylie.
Kylie. All right, you understand how the game works?
I do.
All right, we'll count you in from 3 to 1, and then you go. 3, 2, 1. Take it away, Kylie.
Oh, pizza, I dream about your cheesy goodness as it strings so long. I love licking your grease off my fingers. The smell of your aromatic herbs and spices keep me up at night. I dream about you.
That's good. That's good.
Solid effort, Kylie.
Good job, Kylie. All right, hang on. Let's go to line 3 here. Hey, good morning. Who's this?
Kevin.
Kevin. All right, you get how the game works, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, buddy. We'll count you in from 3 to 1 here. 3, 2, 1. Take it away, Kevin.
Oh, baby, I love it. The pizza, the cheese, the pepperoni. Oh, the mushroom, the green pepper, the pineapple. Oh, well done. So good. I even dream about you.
Did you just do an Italian accent and just list off toppings?
I love it. The pizza.
Sure. Any kind of accent. And if I win, I don't care.
There you go.
right.
Let me tell you this. You can put Kevin on hold. Ladies and fellas, if you're with someone who talks to you with that tone of voice, the relationship's been over for a while.
You're dating Mario.
Oh, yeah, I love your pizza. So warm and happy. That was my parents right before the divorce.
All right. So caller 1, 2, or 3. Steve most definitely redeemed himself.
Yes.
I really enjoyed Kylie's, honestly.
Kylie's was good. I'm more of a Steve guy. I think this is a 2-horse race. I think this is between 1 and 2. I lean Steve. You lean Kylie.
What's the text line saying
Let's
here?
take a look here at what you guys are saying, 762-555. A surprising number of votes for number 3, if we're being honest. But also definitely seeing some number 2s in there for Kylie.
All right, Kylie, it is.
Yeah.
Kylie, are you still there?
I am.
Congratulations, Kylie. You get yourself a ding and a round of applause as your true heart went to pizza more than anyone else this morning, all right?
All right, Kylie. Well, I mean, we got $20 million up for grabs with Lotto Max. The draw is tonight. If you win that, that's a lot of pizza. Think you could share some pepperonis and mushrooms with the boys?
Pizza party for everyone.
Yeah.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Living here in Canada, I'm sure we've all seen some crazy hockey parents from time to time.
Oh, yeah.
Watch this video on my screen. Seattle man is facing misdemeanor charges after assaulting and shoving 2 teenage referees at his son's hockey game.
Why?
If you watch this, here he comes out onto the ice. Boom, shoves one ref,
God.
shoves another ref.
Damn.
Allegedly.
Those are children.
Apparently, one ref is 12 years old, the other is 14.
And that is a man.
That's a fully grown man.
Grown man with his own children.
Yes.
That's crazy.
He's claiming that his kid got into a fight during the game and he came out onto the ice to defend his son who was sitting in the penalty box.
From the referees who were looking in the other direction?
Yeah.
It feels like your son was pretty safe, bud.
Like I said, misdemeanor assault charges are pending right now. I guess if those kids' parents want to charge him.
Which they absolutely should.
I don't get it, man. We always make the joke of, like, imagine sitting in the cell block and it's like, what are you in here for?
What are you in here for, sir? Oh, just dummied a 13-year-old when he wasn't looking.
Even if the charges get dropped, how do you go back to one of your kids' hockey games?
You have to move. You have to move. And honestly, you got to get to at least middle America. Like, if you're going from Seattle, you got to be at least, somewhere south of Winnipeg before you can be like, all right, son, this is where we settle for our new life.
This is going to be one of those dads that you see just standing in the corner drinking his coffee by himself.
I don't think you could let him in the building anymore. I think dad's got to wait in the car.
Probably. It's the kid that I feel bad for in this situation.
That's just it, right? Kid went out there, was playing good, gritty hockey, apparently got in a fight. Hey, these things happen even at that level. And then all of a sudden, imagine you're sitting in the penalty box like, is that my dad? Why's my dad on the... Oh, no, Dad, stop!
I will say this. I would use that against my parents. I'd be like, you can't tell me what to do.
Oh, absolutely. Did you clean your room? I don't know. Did you punch a 12-year-old today?
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Send a text 762-555. Send a text and we'll try to reply. Text us now 762-555. Ask us a question, anything you want.
I'm into this. I'm boogieing right now. Don't stop.
We should have been clapping the whole time.
You know what? You're right. I'm sorry. I let you down on that.
Nobody realizes that I was doing the dance, actually, too.
That was the most impressive, and I wanted to take my phone out for video, but I also wanted to just be in the moment. You know what I mean?
First question in here says, I just ate 2 sausage farmers wraps from Timmy's. How long do I have to? I have to go to the bathroom.
It's not an exact science, but brother, the clock is ticking.
It's like T-minus 30 minutes until it hits your digestive system, and then it's out.
What's that thing we were talking about a while back in sort of kind of news? The how many minutes to midnight, like the doomsday clock?
Yeah.
You are real close to 12, brother.
I don't know if it's the sauce in that thing or if it's the eggs. I don't know what it is, but those things just... If you are looking to do a cleanse, like if you're an MMA fighter and you got to cut weight, just eat like 3 of those things.
It seems counterproductive to be like, if you're trying to cut weight, just swing by a drive-thru, but this will do it for you.
Eat 3 farmers wraps, sit in a sauna.
That sauna, immediately unusable forever.
You're going to lose 15 pounds, dude.
Burn it to the ground afterwards.
Somebody said, how many guys do you think smoked their first cigar after winning the Super Bowl on the weekend?
Ooh, good question, because players and fans.
It's a big thing, yeah.
I saw some videos of some players in there, and I mean, you think NFL players, some of those guys, they're just having fun. But some people in the NFL, they are finely tuned athletic machines, would never do something like smoke.
I mean, I saw the one video of Jalen Hurts, and he looked almost disgusted because he inhaled it by mistake.
Oh.
A lot of dudes making green faces for the Eagles on Sunday, I imagine.
But it's the thing to do, right? We just won the Super Bowl. All it takes is one guy with a humidor to start passing them out. And you're just like, well, I don't want to be that guy.
Especially if you're drinking, too, and you've never smoked a cigar. That can make you sick.
Dude, you just lifted the Lombardi trophy over your head. This is the greatest day in your professional career.
How many guys do you think puked after the Super Bowl?
I was just going to say, and now you're kneeling over a Rubbermaid garbage can, fighting for your life.
I mean, if you didn't puke after winning the Super Bowl, you didn't celebrate hard enough.
One way or the
other. Someone said, when you eat an orange, do you wash the peel before you eat it?
No.
Are you supposed to wash the peel before you eat it?
The purpose of the peel is to protect the food. If you're eating the peel, or if you're using like the zest of the peel for like a dish, then probably give it a wash.
I never thought about that before because, I mean, if you do think about it, when you're cutting in, the peel's technically going through the orange. So should you be washing your oranges before you eat them?
Hold on. Go back. Cutting into what?
You don't cut your oranges into slices?
No, I peel them. You dig your nails in and take the peel off, and then you eat the slices, which are already sliced.
Oranges taste better when you slice into them.
That's based on what?
What, did you never play soccer when you were a kid?
I did. Our coach didn't slice our oranges.
They taste better when you can bite it and you got the peel left on the end.
You slice the orange, the juice comes out. You're slicing through the juice. Terrible decision.
We're going to have to agree to disagree on that one. Someone said, what do you think of the new name for Gulf of Mexico? It's the Gulf of America, right?
Well, it is now, allegedly. Although I even saw in Google Maps, they've got Gulf of Mexico and then in brackets, Gulf of America, trying to like keep Donald Trump. You can't just willy-nilly name a body of water something different. Also, I'm not an expert, but my understanding is that's international waters, and therefore not even Donald Trump's to rename. It's the Gulf of Mexico.
It's like when Diddy tried to change his name a bunch of times. Look at how well it worked out for him.
We all still know who you are, man.
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
I saw this thing I wanted to ask you about. There is a company that got like a news article written about them in Japan. There's some IT company, I guess. They do a lot of tech stuff. And they allegedly pay just over minimum wage. I think worked out, it's like $1,200 a month or something like that.
Okay.
Which is not a lot of money. So to attract new employees, they've added something called hangover leave, wherein if you wake up in the morning and you're supposed to have a shift, and I went too hard last night.
Do you still get paid?
Yeah. You can just come in later once the hangover wears off. So instead of sitting and suffering in the office, they're like, stay home, get some water and some McDonald's or whatever, get it in you, and then come in and get your work done.
Do you have to prove that you're actually hungover, or could you just say you're hungover?
I don't know. They don't specify, like, I don't even know how you would prove it. You know what I'm saying?
Do they have to get your blood alcohol level?
When you come in, you have to show them a picture of a breathalyzer test?
Yeah.
No, I think you just say, hey, like, I'm not well today, but I'll be in, like, this afternoon once I get some water or some Gatorade or whatever.
I'd be coming in at 11 o'clock every day.
And then, so here's the thing where it becomes sort of a perpetuating cycle. They also have beer.
Oh.
They have, like, a draft beer station.
They have a bar?
Yeah, so it's like they've got, like, a keg set up for draft, and then they've also just got bottles. Like, I'm looking at this picture here. You can see, like, there's Bacardi in there. There's some Malibu. Kahlua, Bailey's, like, not super hard stuff, but
they got booze.
They got booze in that. That's whiskey right there. And you're just free to go about drinking throughout the day.
Bosses will do anything except give you a raise, right?
Well, they say, like, because of the money that they bring in and the competitive level that they're at, they cannot afford, according to the CEO, they cannot afford to pay more money. So the boss just buys alcohol, and they try to sell themselves to new employees as like, we're cool. You can come hang out with us here and get loaded every day and then come in late tomorrow if you need to.
That's dangerous, man.
Would that work for you? Like if somebody, and maybe like you're 30, I'm 41 now. Maybe we're a little too old for that. But like when you were first getting started, would you have gone to work for a place if they were like, I can't pay you a lot of money, but I will get you drunk every night?
I mean, maybe for like a week, and then after that, you're like, all right, man. Like,
the first time the rent comes due, you're like, this isn't working out for me.
You're tricking me is what you're doing. You're like,
yeah, but it feels like this is where we're going now. Like all these companies, and with inflation and stuff like that, like everybody's talking about, oh, we don't have anybody. We can't pay enough. The cost of living is too high. So now these companies have to come up with like these weird incentives to get you to want to work.
Sounds like a creepy guy at the bar. Like, here, just have more to drink and you'll enjoy work.
Yeah. Well, you having a tough day? What if I slid 6 shots of porn star in front of you? Now you having a good day?
Yeah.
Why don't you come on the back with me and we'll program some websites?
The Brock and Dalby Podcast.
We asked you what would be some perks that you would want at your job. A lot of people saying food. Free food at work would be awesome.
And I get that. I mean, that's how they got a lot of talent. Those like startups down in Silicon Valley, like Google and Facebook, when they were all starting out and becoming big companies, that's what they would do. They would have a chef on staff who would just whip up breakfast, lunch, and dinner for anybody in the building. And there's an appeal of like, okay, so I wake up, I have a shower, I get dressed, I drive into the office, and there's just like a plate of breakfast waiting for me on my desk.
Mm-hmm.
What a great way to start my day. I would be absolutely up for that.
Although after a while, I feel like you might get self-conscious if you're the dude that's always pigging out, and then everyone's like, hey, you see Brian in there?
If there's like a breakfast buffet and you're helping to clear out the trays before they take them away.
He had like 4 eggs Benny this morning. You see that guy?
I would wear it proudly. I would be like, damn right I did. Tomorrow I'm going for 5.
Get your money worth.
Also saw, and we have seen this sort of in radio as kind of a thing every now and again, but people saying if I could get a company car, like being told like, this is your car, drive it however you want, just as long as you're using it to come to and from work. For
sure, yeah.
I think the biggest thing, because most people have a car these days, it's getting the gas covered. Like I'll drive my own car that I currently own, but if I could get a gas car that I can use to fill up whenever I want within reason, I would probably not fight so hard at like pay raise time. You know what I mean? I'd be like, this is good. Thank you. I will keep using
for sure,
this.
man. Yeah. In this economy. Yeah,
absolutely. Also here seeing just being able to come and go as you please is a popular one on the text line.
That's just called being a salesperson.
Honestly. Oh yeah, I'm off on a sales call.
Anyone who works in an office building and deals with salespeople, you're like, where do you go?
Why do we have an office set aside for you?
Yeah.
Why do you have such a big office? You are here 8 minutes a day.
I know a buddy who worked at a car dealership, and he called me one time, and he's like, come and look at a car just so I can go for lunch. Like, I don't know when they're working and when they're just having food.
Just writing it off as a business expense. Hey, ask me about the new Mustang. All right, cool. This is a business lunch now. Beers, please.
Yeah.
This is the Brock and Dalby Podcast.
Ed's word of the day.
Let's see what he's got.
Good morning. Today's word is Leer. Yep, Leer. 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 And it's to cast a sidelong glance in an unpleasant, malicious, lascivious way. Yeah. That's got ex-wife written all over it, too.
Oh, there it is.
Anyways, that just about does it. Have a great one.
Lear is just
Cheers, you're up.
staring at people, right?
It's just staring mostly in a creepy way. I think we should have gone with lascivious is the word of the day. I'm much more interested in hearing him use that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if you've ever caught yourself, it doesn't even have to be at a person, right? Maybe you're at a donut shop and you see a particularly good-looking donut and you're just staring at it. You're leering. That's what you're doing.
You ever been at the urinal and you feel like someone's leering at you?
I swear to God, everybody in the bathroom leers
Yeah.
in one direction or another. And what I like to do is I like to leer directly at the wall in front of me so that I don't leer at anybody else.
If I catch someone leering at me, I'm going to leer at them right in the eyes.
Relentless eye contact.
Yeah.
What are you staring at me for? Hey, you were leering at me first, bud, all
There
right?
should be a sign up in the bathroom that says no leering allowed.
Yeah. No leering, no loitering, no phones, and then everybody just goes about
My
their
eyes
business.
are up here, fella, all right?
Yeah, what? That's all we should be looking at.
Leer. Use it wherever you can today, all right?
For more Brock and Dalby, tune in weekday mornings 5:30 to 9.
The Brock and Dalby podcast is brought to you by badshop.ca, the Brock and Dalby merch store. With all proceeds going to the Canadian Cancer Society.